Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a video about how I built this little frame and about this gate. This is something, it's decorative. As you can see over here, there's no barrier to getting through. This is, I call my beer garden patio, and I wanted to put something else back here that just bordered this area between the grass over here, the patio. I had these gardenias here, and I'll show you a picture of that. They got massive and big, and out of 5 years they bloomed once. So I didn't like how tall they were. They were about this high, as you can see in the picture. They barred everything, and not. I like to be able to see over the short barrier. So that's what I've got going on. So with that, I'll get on to the video. First things first, I had to pick up 6 bags of concrete mix to set the posts in. Next, I had to dig out a couple of these gardenias to make room for the gate frame. I'm going to dig them all out, but I'm not sure where I'm going to put them yet. So I'm going to leave them in there until I find a place to put them so that they won't get dried out. I carried over the 2 posts that I needed to make the gate frame with. These are 7-foot 6x6s. I got these from a friend of mine for free. They were scrap from a deck that he was building. The gate I have is right at about 31 inches wide. I needed to get this space between the 2 posts at 32 or even 31.5 inches would be perfect. Digging through all this clay and rocks with a post hole digger is almost impossible. So I use this big breaker bar. It weighs about 40 or 50 pounds, but it works great. It's pointy on one end and it's got a chisel on the other end. And so I go through, I break up the clay, break through any rocks or gravel that's in the ground, then use the post hole digger to remove the soil. Oh, take a break. Holy cow. This heat's really rough on me. It's about 95 degrees out and the humidity is way off the charts. I got the first hole dug. Got the 6x6 in the hole. Now it's time to mix the concrete and pour it in there and set this post. And I mix this stuff for posts. I mix it real soupy, real wet. So it could pour in there easy and really fill in every little nook and cranny inside there. I use 1.5 bags for each post. Bags are 60 pounds, so it's about 90 pounds of concrete I mix up to set these posts. Oh, sweet. Dead on. 1 post in. The following day I had to prepare the gate. I made this gate for a customer about 5 years ago. Then last year they returned it to me because one of the hinges got broken off. I'm not really sure how they did that, but they since moved and told me that they didn't want to get it repaired, that I could just keep it. I had to make the hinges. I used 1/2 inch rod and 1/2 inch inside diameter pipe. I cut the pipe in 4 1-inch sections and cut the rod in 2 2-inch sections. I welded the 2 2-inch sections of rod into 2 of the 1-inch sections of pipe. That makes the top section of the hinges. I welded the top sections of the hinges to the gate, and I welded the bottom sections of the hinges to the hinge plate, which will be attached to the post. So here's the gate. It's ready to get hung between these 2 posts. So it's going to set up right in there like that. Just need to mark this off right at the top. Okay. I make the hinges so that I can easily remove the gate for cleanup and repainting down the road. Perfect. The posts were too tall for my liking, so I had to cut them down to the height that I wanted. I cut the posts to the height I wanted by using a circular saw to cut the full depth of the blade on all 4 sides. This makes for an even, flat cut on the post top. The circular saw blade depth won't cut all the way through the whole post, so to finish it, I use my reciprocating saw to finish the cut. I bevel cut the post tops at 45 degrees on all 4 sides. This gives it a really nice decorative look. Good enough. My circular saw motor is about burned out. This saw is over 10 years old. I couldn't finish the decorative angle cuts on the top of the posts, so I had to complete the cuts with my Sawzall. There we go. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I decided to add an additional post to each side of the gate frame. I wanted to step down the height of the second post. It was easier. So I test fitted and measured the height that I wanted. I tried using the same technique with the circular saw, however, it didn't make it. The motor finally burnt out. So I finished the cuts with my Sawzall. I set the second posts on the concrete pads created when I set the first posts. I secured both posts together using structural screws I had left over from a deck project. These screws are 8 inches and hold better than lag bolts. I think this looks pretty good. I want to see it from the other side. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. Done. It's time to sit down, take a break, and be done with work today. I didn't plan on working this late. It's almost 4 o'clock. I thought I'd be done by about 1 today, but I got the new hinges welded on the gate. I got the post set yesterday. I did it 31.5 inches and it fit perfectly. I got these 2 in today. Got the ground covered up and everything cleaned up. I am done. I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. If you made it through the video this far and you liked it, please give it a like. Leave a comment, tell me what you think of this. And if you want to see more on my backyard garden progress, please subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. After I completed the video, I got a new circular saw. I got a DeWalt, and what a difference a new saw makes to the old one. So I was able to finish beveling the 2 side posts, and here's the finished product.